Hello everybody. So what are we looking at today? Well, today we are going to start with our forest management, and hopefully we're going to make it all the way through to the very end of this PowerPoint. And we'll be looking at a quiz most likely on Wednesday. I will give you guys a study guide today, give you guys a little bit more work tomorrow. But without further ado, let's get started. Let's move me right up over to here. That way we can see what's going on here. I'll make me a little bit bigger. All right, so today we are talking about forest management 11.3, and we're going to continue on and hopefully finish this PowerPoint. So most logging in the U.S. takes place on private land, but timber companies are also allowed to harvest trees in their national forests. So which is totally weird because you would think in a national forest, that's for viewing animals, taking hikes, they're not supposed to be cutting down trees there, but it happens. In fact, a lot of timber is taken out of national forests. So something important to think of: private land and national forests. All right. So speaking of national forests, the national forest system in the U.S. was established in 1905, and you could see by all of this area here that the national forest stretches a lot over the western part of the United States. Not so much in the central areas, and very little along the eastern seaboard. Originally, it was set aside to grow trees for timber and to protect watersheds. So, in fact, national forests were originally started for timber purposes, for harvesting timber and harvesting trees. Also, to protect watersheds. I want you to think about that. Why would it be protecting a watershed? You're thinking? We're thinking. Pause me if you have to. We're looking to protect watersheds because we stop erosion. Remember, those tree roots, they filter. They filter out as the rain comes down. They're filtering out all of that pollution, all of the sediment. So it's protecting, it's cleaning those waterways. And today it's managed by the U.S. Forest Service for timber, recreation, wildlife habitat, and mining. Another weird thing, mining also occurs in national forests. Okay, so all of these great things to think about. So what exactly are we talking about when we're talking about national forest management? Well, there was an act that came about in 1976. It requires that renewable resource management plans be made for each national forest. Okay, so all these national forests, they need plans. They need plans to keep them acting in such a way that they are profitable, that they are habitable for animals, that they are healthy, that they are biodiverse. Okay, we need, in case you're thinking about our past notes, we need different age trees for them to be more biodiverse. Remember, biodiversity means health. The more biodiverse a forest is, the healthier it is. Okay? Also, plans required to be consistent with the principles of multiple use and maximum sustainable yield. I know you know what maximum sustainable yield is. You're going to try and get as much as you can from a forest without hurting it. Okay? Without hurting the resources, without taking too many trees down. Okay, maximum sustainable yield. And logging has declined in national forests since the passage of the National Forest Act, but policies are still vulnerable to political influence. And what that means is if politicians or anybody with a lot of money wants to log these forests, usually there's a way around things and they can usually log it. So we're all about protecting these forests, maximum sustainable yield, making sure the resources are kept, but we want to make sure that these forests stay protected and they are not vulnerable. Okay. Moving on, we talked about logging in national forests. Now let's talk about logging in private land. And that is in fact where most of the logging in the US takes place. Okay, so we're going to continue this in another slide or another presentation, and I will see you guys there.